Good morning and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour. We're back. Happy Tuesday. I'm Joe Jaquin, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group. And our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. The website at allamericangold.com. And I hope it finds you well out there. Our thoughts with you, for those of you in Colorado, the massive snowstorm. Wyoming, too. Let's not forget about them. Nebraska, we reached there as well. Just got hammered over the weekend. We lost power at the transmitter. Our transmitter is, for lack of a better term, it's in a not very populated area. It's on a farm, for simplistic terms. And out in the field there, we lost power there, I believe, on Sunday. The power came back on last night sometime, so we're back on the air the old-fashioned way. We had the internet. The internet was working all weekend long. Then the internet went out yesterday morning during Brian Kilmeade. Then shout out to Dylan, Bucky Dillon. He got in his four-wheel drive assault vehicle, made his way to the radio station yesterday. We got the internet back up, and today, like I said, everything's back and operational. Jason, whose subdivision still hasn't been plowed, but he called it a favor, had Elmer come get him, drove him into the station. So Jason's at the station today. Poor Brian. Brian, it may be a couple of more days before Brian gets out. He's a little more remote, so just incredible. I was getting pictures sent to us all weekend long. The amount of snow. It's, when you think about it, you say, oh, they got 2 feet or 3 feet. And you're like, oh, yeah, okay. No, that's a lot. Here, listen, I grew up in Syracuse, so I know about snow. We're not Buffalo. Buffalo, gets more snow than anybody, I think. But that's a lot of snow. Be safe out there. I know they're getting the roads plowed and whatnot, but take your time. If you don't have to, don't do it, kind of thing. And hopefully it'll heat up and all that snow will melt for everybody. But we're back here at Patriot. I don't know yet, but it's possible that Friday the office here may be closed. Doesn't mean we'll still take phone calls, but we got the walls we're repainting. This building was built in 2004. Eric and I, we moved in here. It was 2005. So it's time. We're doing some updating. The painters are coming Friday and Saturday to paint, and then we got to redo. The carpets here are shot, so the floors are next. So we may probably not going to have any appointments on Friday. But you still can call and place orders and whatnot. But just wanted to get that out to everybody. Don't forget the CBD products. And I'm just seeing all kinds now. I saw an article now where even the CDC now is like, yeah, okay, we got to admit it. CBD really does help you. And they were talking about anybody, if you're battling cancer, if you're in chemo or maybe you're recovering from cancer, CBD absolutely positively helps you. It does. I'm telling you. And I just saw this report. We had a cancer doctor here that at his place they carry our CBD there, but I saw a report now. The CDC is saying, yeah, that it helps their anxiety, depression. It's all natural. There's so many CBD products out there, guys, and I get it. I get confused all the time. Matter of fact, I heard a commercial on the news feed. They're promoting some CBD. Listen, I don't know about any of them. I only know about what we carry. And I will tell you right now, and I know this because I've done the research, It is the best of the best. You get CBD from two places. You either take it from the seed or the flower. The flower is the better of the two. It's more expensive to do. You got to have better technology to do it with. But the purity of the CBD is much higher there. That's where ours comes from. And I say ours, my kind. These guys are artists. They're geniuses. They've won so many awards for their products because they do it so well. There's no chemicals, nothing like that. There's a lot of ways to make CBD cheap, synthetic, using really nasty chemicals to get the oil out and all that stuff. They don't do any of that. It's all organic. And I want to reiterate this. There is absolutely, positively zero THC in their products, period. There's nothing that would cause you to fail a drug test or anything like that whatsoever. That was something that came up on the meet and greet on Friday. But go out to 1360 KHNC, click the shop button. We're the cheapest, I'm telling you. For what you get, like you can buy similar CBD, like 1,000 milligram tincture, and you'll see it for around the price we sell it for. I'm telling you, it's not the process. It's either synthetic. They're taking it from the seed. They're using nasty chemicals, all of those things. Know what you're putting in your body. Go out to 1360 KHNC, hit the shop button. It's been great. I take it more for my, just my old age, war wounds and all those things. It's been fantastic. And plus, it really helps the radio station out. When we get back, we got a lot of stuff to talk about and a great special as well. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. The Federal Reserve, the big meeting, started today. We'll hear from Jay Powell tomorrow. Right now, gold's just chilling, hanging out. 1,730. Silver's at $26. Wall Street's kind of mixed. Everybody's worried. And again, worried's probably the wrong word. We are going to get a bunch of, and I'll just call it the way it is, right? They're just going to lie like they always do. Now, they've admitted that inflation is coming. Now, which in and itself is an insult to anybody's intelligence out there, right? It's here. Matter of fact, if you don't believe me, the home builders today, so every month we get home builder sentiment, and it's another ridiculous report, right? Because you don't normally, everybody, if you're in the business of whatever, you're always optimistic, right? Like me, I'm going to tell you right now, gold is on sale right now. That's just, it is. Silver is on sale right now. Now, of course, the spot price and the physical price are two different things, but both of them, they're going to be so much higher. So I'm optimistic about it. Well, if you're a home builder, right, it's going to be okay. Well, you should have heard them today. Lumber alone added $24,000. You heard me right. $24,000 more to the cost of the home. Right? We didn't even get to copper yet, right? I mean, they're like, man, it's getting really expensive, and rates are starting to rise. They're a little worried, rightfully so. But, of course, the Fed will come up with some reason why there's no inflation. But we're going to hear from them. And they're going to tell us, don't worry, it's just going to be temporary. It'll be fine. Then I heard Goldman Sachs talk about the Biden administration is talking about a transportation bill, $4 trillion. I don't mean to laugh. I can't say it without laughing. $4 trillion? Now, obviously, all that won't be spent in 1 year, but $4 trillion? But I think the love affair with Biden is starting to fade just a little bit. Where's this guy been? I'm just asking that rhetorically. Where's he been? Where is he? There's no press conferences. I mean, everybody else is hammering the border. What a joke. By the way, all you liberals out there, where the hell are you? You cried bloody murder with the Trump administration, right? I mean, I think Anderson Cooper may have actually cried on the air. Where are you? And this is the problem. Most of us used to be, we wanted things to be dealt with. Now, you only want things to be dealt with when it's the other guy's problem. Second, it's your problem. Forget about it, right? Nobody wants to talk about that. And I love the spin, right? The spin now is, oh, we inherited this problem. No, actually, you know what? The Trump administration kind of fixed the problem. And then you unfixed it. But where is the president? Where is he? Something's not right. I got a pretty good idea of what it is. Listen, it just happens. You know, I'm 50. And I forget things. I'm nowhere close as sharp as I used to be. I'll give you a great example. I got one of my very, very good friends in life, Hans, my buddy Hans. He's 55. And lately he's been having problems remembering where he put his keys or where he put his wallet, to the point where, you know, we kind of make fun of him. Uh-oh, someone can schedule the CAT scan, right? You know, we're just making fun. But it happens, right? Biden is bumping up on 80. I think the faculties are, as a matter of fact, I know the faculties aren't there. I'm hearing rumors now. The AOC Green New Deal, yeah, that's happening. Get ready. The tax talk has finally started. I was wondering when it was going to happen. All of those things are coming. Matter of fact, Janet Yellen, right, the new Treasury Secretary, the woman that wants to go big, she's even out saying, yes, we need to get people to pay their fair share. Get ready. You know, we talk about, I think we're going to face this economic period where we're going to have major inflation. Listen, here's the good part. I'll give you good news. It's not all bad. Listen, we're going to have really good GDP growth. I think so. Yeah. Now, does it count? Does good GDP count? Good GDP growth count if your debt's, $5 trillion, right? Does it count? I don't know. Does it count if inflation is 10, 12, 15%? Like, if you got 5% GDP growth, but inflation was 10%, does that count? Of course, they're not going to say 10%. There may be more than 10 right now. And here's the thing. The whole thing about $15 an hour and this, that, the other guy, it's not enough. It's not enough. We keep sending out checks, right? Did you see? Everybody was all upset at the banks because where's my extra $1,400? Did you see that? Because it's taking too long. I need my money, right? And they were going to look into it, right? Because they know, hey, listen, we don't want these people rioting and looting. Make sure they get their money. It's never going to end. Did you see the latest? They want to give $300 a month for every kid you have. Yep, that's the latest. Listen, there's a problem, and you just don't get it. Because unless you know people that are in that situation, you don't get it. You don't understand how poor the nation really is when you peel back the first 10%. And 10% is kind of stretching it a little. I think we're going to have a situation where what they're going to have to do tax-wise over the next, and let's forget about 2021. From 2022 on, what they're going to have to do. I don't know how the math. I'm pretty proficient at basic math. I don't know how it works. Who's bailing out Social Security is what I want to know. Who's doing it? I know nobody wants to talk about it, but who's doing it? Right? We got 20 million less people working today than we did a year ago. That means 20 million less people paying into Social Security. It doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon. But now they're talking about the first major federal tax hike since 1993. Now think about that. I don't even know. I should have looked it up, and I apologize. What do you think the deficit was? Like federal deficit was in 1993. I have no idea. But I'm going to guess. I don't know. 100 billion? Let's go crazy. 200 billion. Something, my guess, somewhere in between 100 and 200 billion dollars. And now we're talking about what? 5 trillion. And this is the first major tax hike that they're starting to talk about. Secretary Janet Yellen says that the government is not only going to rely on deficits as a funding source. Oh, well, that's nice to know. I mean, we've only got trillions. I mean, I guess maybe we should have thought of that a little earlier. But again, remember, they needed to bail out these states. Do you know, when you looked at the actual $1.9 trillion, as I told you, most of it has nothing to do with COVID. The states that got the most money were the states that remained closed. They got the most. The states that opened got punished. They get the least. Florida, Texas, Arizona, right? We get the least. California, Michigan, New York, they get the most. It's just a big bailout. But she says, you know what? We're just not going to rely on debts. Janet Yellen said at least part of the next bill. I love it. You gotta love it. It is not this one. Not this one. I know we got a problem out there, but not this one. We'll talk. On the next one. Okay, on the next one, I promise we're going to do something. Of course, listen. The next one, that may be the Green Deal. You guys think I'm kidding? Listen, there was a reason why all of you were so upset, me included, about Biden getting handed this election. Number one, does anybody out there really think Biden's the president? Do you? I mean, I'm not being facetious. Do you actually think he's calling the shots? The guy's got a lime green Jell-O for dessert before he goes to bed at like 7 o'clock. And you know. Oh, here, take a white pill, a blue pill, and this, right? With a whole little pack of pills. He's not around for think about him running. Remember, he didn't even campaign. It was brilliant. Listen, I tap my cap to the brilliance of the Democrats. It was brilliant. He's not running the show. But they're saying that the next bill, and again, I guess I need to be, I don't want to overstate it. They're not going to pay for the whole thing. No, just part of it. Just, we're going to be spending trillions and trillions. Don't you worry. But we're not going to pay for all of it. But some of it is coming. And she talked about preparations for a package of measures to include increasing both the corporate tax rate. So a little shot to Wall Street. Because, again, I think Wall Street was going to do very well this year. But interest rates, if Jay Powell's not going to stop interest rates, that's going to hurt. If Janet Yellen, if they're going to do the corporate tax thing, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt, no doubt about it. Because remember, Trump just lowered it. Now they're saying go back to 28%. And then, of course, their favorite, the individual rate for high earners. Now, I don't know who high earners are. That's the question. And I'm starting to hear they were talking about, they wanted to talk about billionaires and maybe millionaires. Now I'm hearing high earners starting at maybe as low as 400,000. So we'll see. We'll be back right after the break. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour talking about what comes next. Is the love affair over? Where is the president? Does he have his faculties? Is he up for the job? I don't think he's doing the job. That's the thing. I'm starting to see all these things coming out now. Goldman Sachs today talking about the Biden, the next bill, infrastructure bill, could be as high as $4 trillion. What are you talking about? And then you started reading what Goldman was talking about. Inside that infrastructure bill, folding in the Green New Deal and AOC and the like. And now I'm starting to look at these tax proposals. None of these, by the way, all the stuff I just talked about, it's like $200 billion a year. Now, they're going to say, and be ready, they're going to get it to have trillion in it. So whatever tax plan, in over 10 years, it's going to be $2 trillion. So $200 billion. We're running deficits of like $5 trillion deficits. I don't know. I mean, I don't think $200 billion is going to help. You know what I'm saying? It's almost at the point, if that's all you're going to do, why do anything at all? And I think that's what a lot of people are saying out there. I was just, sorry, I'm getting more pictures from Colorado. Wow, that was a lot of snow. Holy smokes. But if that's all you're going to do, why do anything? Right? $200 billion? Wait, we're going to add another $4 trillion of infrastructure, but we're going to pay for it with $200 billion. And now they're talking about paying people to have kids on monthly checks is what the president is now. I'm going to say the president is saying it. I don't know that he said it because I've yet to see him come out and actually say it. But apparently, allegedly, they're saying this. Immediate cash flow. Monthly checks rather than an annualized tax credit. Right now, remember, that was a big part of the $1.9 trillion stuff that you already, tax, people already got that anyway. Well, they bumped it up. Now Biden's like, you know what? Let's just get rid of it. Let's just start sending them monthly checks. Right? Hey, you got one kid, here's $300 a month. Got two kids, $600. Three kids, $900. Right? Right? Why not? Well, you don't think? Hey, how many more illegals will come with that? That's don't get me started. Guaranteed income. Here we go. Don't worry, there's no inflation. These people really truly have no grasp on reality. can't just keep throwing all this money around. I mean, you can. I guess that's not true. Of course they can. And they're gonna. It's going to make everything so expensive. I mean, gas prices are so, you know what? I'm going to say inexpensive at $3. Wait, you keep doing this? When we think lumber's expensive now, just wait. They want to act like it's not happening. It's going to be, I don't remember the 70s. You know, I was born in 1970, so I don't remember. But I think what we're going to have is really a roaring inflation. But because of what's going to happen to interest rates and because of what's going to happen with taxes, it's going to be like stagflation. We're not going to get, this year I think we're going to have decent GDP growth, but after that I think GDP is going to go right back to where it was. But everything's going to feel like it costs twice as much. They're saying that to fight poverty. And again, the best way to fight poverty, get a job. The best way to get a job, open the damn economy back up, right? I mean, come on. Allegedly, and I say allegedly, during the Trump administration, it was the greatest jobs market ever. The unemployment rate was the lowest ever for everybody. And again, the way they keep the records, right? Let's say you got to put that in there. And yes, we had at the time, 90 plus million people not in the workforce. Now we've got like 110 million. But monthly checks could help 5 million people, 5 million children out of poverty, lift them out of poverty. Doesn't that sound great? Where's Sally Struthers? For the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you can help these starving people. It's not going to help. Listen, we've been trying to lift people out of poverty since the 60s. Right? Lyndon Johnson. When we created food stamps, there was no such thing as food stamps until the 60s. We went over almost 190 something, like 193 years without food stamps. But we wanted to lift them out of poverty. 2 million people. It's now, I don't even know what the number is. So far behind. We'll say 50. But according to my math, it's really 60 million people. So we haven't lifted anybody out of poverty. Actually, this is going to create more poverty. I don't know why they haven't figured this out yet. Right? It's like, doing the same thing over and over and over again and somehow expecting to get a different result. Monthly checks can help parents get greater access to health care. Monthly checks can help children get access to better education. Monthly checks, parents will have more resources to move, which could improve social mobility. Let's give everyone a check. Problem is, whatever that check is, that won't be enough. Patriot Radio News Hour. Better have your financial house in order. We'll be back right after the break. 800-951-0592. Before we get to the specialist, I got a great special today. It's off the hook. But before we get to that, so what we're talking about right now, and again, we don't know because nobody's seen the president. Nobody's seen him. I don't know. But I'm just picking through. By the way, this is out of Forbes, in case you want to know. By the way, here's who needs these checks. Any individual making less than $75,000. Married couples filing jointly, less than $150,000. Yeah, that means you're poor. Yeah, that's the new definition of poor. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, we kind of laugh a little bit about that. Don't laugh that much. Inflation's going to make sure you're poor at that amount. I remember, I'm thinking back, to go back to 1993, I was making like $46,000 a year, and man, I was rich. I couldn't believe it. Right? I was the envy of all my friends. Of course, I had low-class friends, but I'm just saying. Listen, no one making $46,000 a year thinks they're rich. Nobody. And then I want to know, Forbes, dude, you're only talking about $300 a month. Well, I guess if we have more kids, you get more. But look at all the things that they're saying you could do. You could get immediate cash flow, guaranteed income, would help with financial needs. You could fight poverty with $300, better health care for $300, better education for $300, social mobility for $300, financial optionality. What? Financial optionality? Parents, you're going to have more flexibility. It's like Twister, right? Left foot green, right hand red. Yes. You'll have more options to spend on essentials, ranging from rent to groceries to childcare. You know, they forgot a few things. Drugs, gambling, right? Vacation, right? They forgot a few things. Your local crack dealer. Oh, I love this one too. And an emergency fund. Yes. You can use the monthly checks to build up that emergency fund. That's a lot. Man, I did not know $300 went so far. What? Oh. Listen, have you not figured it out yet? You haven't, have you? This is all planned. It's not. I want to believe that this is just some big comedy of errors. It's not a comedy of errors. This is what happens to fiat money. It just does. And I promise you, at the height of this, when it all comes crashing down, right, and we hear the same, oh, Wall Street won't open tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. The digital currency is going to save you. Now, it's only going to buy half as much, but it'll be okay. Have your gold and have your physical assets in order before it happens. And believe me, it's coming quick. The president is not in charge. There's no way he is. And you know what that means. Today, this is an incredible opportunity. We had about 150 of these when the morning started. We've got 95 U.S. $10 Liberty gold pieces. $1,000. So that'd be like 2 10s, right, for $2,000. We haven't been at the $2,000 level for an ounce of gold in a year. Load it up. Take advantage. U.S. $10 Liberties at $1,000 a piece today. Like I said, I've got 95 left. Listen, when they're gone, I cannot replace them. Just can't do it at 800-951-0592. And again, get ready. This $1.9 trillion. This wasn't the end of the spending. This was just the starting of the spending. And the taxes are coming, right? I will guarantee you one thing I know that's absolutely going to happen. Corporate tax rate's going back to 28%. So that's a negative for Wall Street. Interest rates. Everybody now saying before the markets are happy, because we've got unrest in the Treasury markets right now. Shh, don't say that. But we do. 10-year note's going to have to get to 2%. So I'll take that, okay. Now, again, I don't think if they're willing to give 2%, it's going higher than that. You know that. I think inflation, I'm not worried about 3% inflation. And of course, remember, and I'm talking about how the Fed tracks inflation. I'm not worried about that. It's going to be way higher than that. And now think about all the giveaways. Think about the dollar level. It'd be one thing. Hey, if you make less than, I don't know, 30 grand, we'll give you $300 a month. Oh, if you're married, maybe a married couple, hey, 50 grand, and we'll give you 300. No, they're talking 75,000 or 150,000 if you're married. All of a sudden, you're gonna. The reason why they're talking about it, they already know. It ain't going to be that long. And, yeah, the people making that, they're going to need a check every month. They're going to need a check every month. Patriot Radio News Hour. Final segment coming up. Don't touch that dial. 800-951-0592. We have one line open, and I don't know where we're at right now, but I knew we had about 72, but again, we've got only one line open. So probably my guess is maybe 50, maybe less. U.S. $10 Liberties. This is it. Go in here. $1,000 for a $10 Liberty at 800-951-0592. A half ounce of gold. This is the older private gold that we like. You can buy it, sell it, trade it. No 1099s. It is considered a collectible, which we like, in case they confiscate gold again. The last time they did it, the only gold you can keep was collectibles. Now, is that going to be the rule? We don't know, but I like it. Besides, there's no gold out there anyway. $1,000 if you're new, and we've had so many new people, and it's great. Listen, it's easy. Just call the 800 number. One of the girls, Brooke or Brittany or Arlene, is going to answer, and you just tell the girls, I'd like the special. That's all you got to say. And believe me, there's nothing better. I don't have a better item than this. As far as price per ounce and whatnot, it's the best item I've got. I want the special. And guess what the girls are going to say to you? How many would you like? And you just tell them. 1, 5, 10, all of them. Whatever they're going to give you a total. If we ship to you, in other words, we got an office here in Phoenix, we got an office in Colorado, but if you're not in one of those places or you're far away, you don't want to drive, if we ship to you, we had $35 per order. Okay? Not per coin, per order. We ship registered insured U.S. mail. Sometimes we ship FedEx. Sometimes we ship post office. We're working on shipping options, but either way, we ship it to wherever you told us. Or if you want to pick it up at one of our offices, you save on the shipping. You pay for it. We take checks, bank wires, cash. If you want to use a credit card, we take them all. But you got to add 2% for a credit card. But you're locked in. So let's just say, I don't know, you live in Texas. And you want to, hey, I want to buy 10 of those $10 Liberties. All right, well, that's $10,000, 35 shipping, $10,035. You mail us a check. Gold went up $50 while we were waiting for the check. Doesn't matter. You're locked in. That's what you're paying. Gold went down $50 since you mailed the check. That doesn't matter either. So either way, we're locked. You're good. That price is guaranteed. Once your funds clear the bank, we ship the product registered, insured, U.S. mail. Like I said, we do FedEx, UPS at times as well. All signatures required, all that stuff. You're not liable until you've taken possession of it. It's just that easy. But what else is there? I know you're going to try to sell me other stuff. No, we're not. You're going to bait and switch me? You're going to call me, right? You're going to call me all the time? Nope. We don't call our customers. We don't. We don't mail you anything. We don't do any of that stuff. Matter of fact, you could sit there, you could buy 50 coins. And literally, once you have your product, you would never hear from us again unless you call us. And you know what? People like that. That's what makes us so much different than everybody else out there. 800-951-0592. U.S. $10 Liberties. Oh, we got some phone lines open. Take advantage. 800-951-0592. $10 Liberties, $1,000 today. Everybody take care. God bless. Be safe up there on the front range. We'll be back tomorrow.